I ain't flexing. I got some partners, I know some women. They ain't no good for me, still go hit 'em. I got some demons in my system. Country be screaming, I don't listen. I got some problems, I admit it. I got some problems, I admit it. I got some problems, I admit it. I got some issues, I ain't flexing. I got some partners, I know some women. They ain't no good for me, still go hit 'em. I got some demons in my system. Country be screaming, I don't listen. I got some problems, I admit it. I got some problems, I admit it. Yeah, I just been working on my soul. Like I'm on the tables on the cool. The new me getting sold. I see my stock up in the old. I just get caught up in my way. You get control or you getting played. Then you get caught up getting laid. Now I just caught up getting paid. It be your people, they start the cycle that leads you. Love must be trifling and evil. Fight you and cheat you. You doing right and they sneak you. Presence don't like what's beneath you. Play with me, fly with the eagles. Hope your family fly in the regals. It's a night for an hour when I see you. I go harder for self when I need. I got some problems, I admit it. I got some issues, watch me shift. Fuck these little niggas, fuck these little bitches. I see you calling, I ain't getting. I got some demons in my system. Country screaming, I don't listen. I just too solid, I don't get it. I got some problems, I admit it. I got some problems, I admit it. I got some issues, I ain't flexing. Niggas be lying, he don't admit it. Still they be calling me nigga trippin'. I got some demons in my system. Country be screaming, I don't listen. I just be solid, I don't get it. I got some problems, I admit it. Yeah. Why is we taking it down? Well, me it's a flush over here. She want a gangster to kill. Some need an angel to steal. Some need a real one to touch me. Bitch, you be ghost, we say fuck me. Ask for nothing, they came here with nothing. Now this bitch want the most cause we fucking. I ain't low up, why coming? I been a real one before that. Say she like I get knowledge and dummy. I been a real one before that. You get a picture, they know that. Bustin' them canisters, Kodak. Get off from cameras, no Kodak. These ain't no cats for them Kodak. And I be scrap on show that. I got some problems, come and get them. I got no problem getting wet. I know some niggas, I know some bitches. If we start sliding, we ain't messing. Must be demons in my system. Country be screaming, I don't listen. I got some problems, I don't get it. I got some problems, I admit it. Yeah, they say they don't love you, to leave it. Son don't give a chip down. If you can't teach her a lesson, you shouldn't even waste your time. That little pussy will consume your head. Got to be selfish to play it, yeah. You ever felt so far behind? Caught up, and you still ain't been ahead. Ouch. You been going off for weeks, still ain't get the bed. You be going off for months, and you still ain't saved the bread. You gon' be out here for years, and you still don't get no credit. Bro got out less than a year. Could it be something he said? I never rep wine, don't show I got. Life may be learn and lose. We gotta learn when to stop, cause you just might blow if you go when you high. I just want them to know when I talk. My name tiny, but it mean a lot. Build a mountain, you know how I rock. It gon' happen, you know how I talk. I got some problems, I admit it. I got some issues, watch me shifting. Fuck these little niggas, fuck these little bitches. I see you calling, I ain't get it. I got some demons in my system. Country screaming, I don't listen. I just too solid, I don't get it. I got some problems, I admit it. I got some problems, I admit it. I got some issues, I ain't flexing. Niggas be lying, he don't admit it. Still they be calling me nigga trippin'. I got some demons in my system. Country be screaming, I don't listen. I just be solid, I don't get it. I got some problems, I admit it. Yeah.
What's up, y'all? That was hard, wasn't it? What's up, y'all? This is Mimi Martini.
Yes, y'all. That was definitely dope. This is Jae. How y'all doing today?
And welcome to the Toxicology Lab podcast. That, what you just heard, was Tiny Young Trilla, Problems, coming out of Charleston, South Carolina. That shit was hard. I like that.
Okay. All right. Shout out to Charleston. Okay.
Charleston.
Okay. Come through. Shout out to Charleston. Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
So what's up, Mimi?
Shelly, what's up with you?
Nothing
How
much.
are you feeling about our first podcast? Like, what?
Girl, this is exciting. This is what the people's been asking for. So,
Hey.
we are here to deliver.
You know what? Before we get into our podcast, the first episode, I think we should tell them how the podcast even came about. Like, just a little backstory. How you feel about that?
Okay. You want me to tell it or you have the floor?
You a better storyteller than me.
Okay, so although I'm from Newark and Mimi's from South Carolina, we became friends a little over how long?
It's been a minute, almost 2 years, I think. It's been
I think
almost
it's longer than that, right?
maybe 3 years.
Yeah, because probably longer than that, but
it's been a minute.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute, but we were makeup sisters at first, and makeup community, and we just became, it's a bunch of us that are friends, from being online and just chilling and vibing and being able to get to know each other, mostly due to the pandemic and all that. So in our group chats, y'all know how those group chats are.
Yeah.
We've gotten to know each other, and our friends in the group is like, y'all should definitely have a podcast. And we have stalled on that for so long. Yes. Okay, yeah. But with the little cackling and the jokes and
we just laugh it off.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely laugh it off. But my phone's falling.
It's funny because like you were saying, the group chat came about because I just made a post. Like Jim said, we both in the makeup community. And I was like, who wants to be in my group chat? And then Jim was like, me. And then a few other girls was like, me. And then I made the group chat and we all just came together. We've been in the same group chat for almost 3 years strong. Yeah. Me and Jim are more like the outspoken, blunt ones of the group chat. Wouldn't you say?
Yes, and funny too. I think we are really comedians.
Yeah, we're funny. We got a little shit, whatever.
Yes, I think you're a little bit more outspoken than I am, though. You like straight, which is what I love about you. Yes.
Yeah, so, I tend to be a little outspoken or whatever.
Yes.
The other girls, like, where's the podcast coming?
Yes.
We just brushed it off. Then I hit up Jim one day. I was like, what's up? You want to do the podcast with me? And we literally been rolling ever since then.
And encouraging each other, like, yeah, girl, we can do this.
Every day.
Yes.
Every day.
Yes.
We text each other back and forth all day, every day, ever since then.
Yes, ever since then, nonstop. I know. I'm like, girl, sometimes I could be up late at night. I know she got her notifications on. I'm gonna send it to you anyway, because when you wake up, you want to see the info. You already don't know what to do. So
anytime I'm either up, and if I ain't up, I'm gonna see it. Send that text.
Right. Right, but we definitely look forward to what this has to offer us and offer you too as our listeners. Because again, a lot of our friends ask for this, and people that we know from the internet. So it's just like, all right, here we go.
We doing it, and this is something we have never done before. So y'all gotta excuse if we mess up. We have little errors, we have our little hiccups, because I've never done a podcast. I didn't know nothing about it till about 2 weeks ago. So all this is new to me. Like for real. Yes. This is all new to me.
Yes,
and
definitely.
Them equally. So
yeah. So we roll with the punches.
Yeah, y'all gonna see our growth. Y'all gonna see me and her actually hook up one day. Like,
hey, yeah. For the first time, we're gonna do it all. Yes, we are.
I can't wait for them to see our growth. Like, we
Seriously.
started off in our living rooms or wherever, office, wherever you may be at.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We're gonna be in the studio one day.
Right. Right. seriously, that's the goal. And when whoever starts, like they say, for them bottom with us, let us know. Like, let us know, like, you here, you are day ones, like, you here, you listening, let us know, like, oh, we've been watching y'all, we've been loving your what you have to say, and give us feedback. We just as equally would love to know, how we could correct what we have going on, what you would like to hear as well, and what we could keep feeding you. So, as our listeners, as our audience, feel free to write us in to, and let us know what you want to hear.
Yes, let us know how we doing, the pros and the cons, because
yes, definitely.
We're not too good for constructive criticism, as long as you say it constructively. Like, don't come the wrong way, because I might bark back. But anyway, let's jump into it, Jim. The Toxicology Lab, like.
Yeah. So what do we talk? What is our what are we talking? What is our subject? It's toxicology. What?
Toxicology. 101. Yeah, 101. Now, since it's Toxicology 101, it's only right that we started off talking about the top 5 most toxic people, right?
Yes. Top 5 most toxic people. But we always, I know we want to talk about the audience, but we got to see about ourselves too. I know they want to know about us. So on a scale from 1 to 10.
Oh my God, I forgot all about this. Oh,
Lord. Don't worry about it, girl. I got you. On a scale from 1 to 10. How toxic are you, Mimi Martini? 8. Oh, you're a solid 8. Oh my goodness. Well, you know what? You ain't reached the double digits yet, so that's good. That's good.
You're doing good. I ain't a 10.
I have to say I'm about a 7. I'm a 7.5. Let's round it off. I'm an 8. I could be
not Jimmy Jim.
Yeah.
Not my Jimmy Jim.
7.5.
Not you, Jimmy.
I can be, especially in relationships. So that's why I say that comes out of me.
Yeah. Y'all, I swear to God, I was expecting her to say like a 4 or 5. Jim, you do not give me toxic vibes.
But I've come a long way though.
Okay.
I've come a long way.
I've come a long way too.
I've come a long way.
Ago, I would have been off the radar.
Not off the radar. But I think, like, oh gosh, no, not you, Mimi, not you, because you just have so much, like, you just offer so much good vibes. So,
Oh, I'm a good vibe for sure. You don't get on my bad side.
That part.
Pisces,
that part.
Baby.
Okay.
Where are my Pisces at?
Yes. Well,
uh-oh, Jim is muted. Hold on 1 second. Hold on, Jimmy.
Got it.
Repeat that real quick. You got muted.
Sorry about that, y'all. Sorry about that. So,
like I just told him, we new to this. It's gonna be a couple of hiccups, but we got y'all. Go ahead, Jim.
So the top 5 toxic people, I would say, starting. We're gonna start with number 1, and that's the narcissist.
Of course.
That's the big N word.
And believe it or not, a lot of people might not even know what that is. So if you don't mind, could you go into detail on that big old N word?
Well, narcissist will be a person who would basically just a person who thinks highly of themselves. So, they think others are inferior to them. Mm-hmm. So what you have to say is really, out the window, like, yeah, I heard you, but okay. Anyway, right. Type of attitude. They're going to need you to always validate them. So even if they are dead wrong, they want you to make them believe that they're right anyway. So they just definitely need people to admire them at all times. They need to feel like they, up here. So that's pretty much what a narcissist is. So
really 9 times out of 10, they're down there, but they want to feel like they're
up there. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That right, absolutely. And I think the internet has definitely thrown that word around.
Right. They've watered it down, to be honest.
Yeah, they definitely have thrown that word around too. And I think what they're confusing that word is, which is the next, the second top, toxic person to stay away from, and that would be a controlling person.
Right.
So, a person that is controlling, did you want to explain that?
It's pretty much self-explanatory. They try to control what you do, how you do it, what you wear, how you wear it, where you're going, when you go, all that. Try to control who you are as a person. And the thought of you being who you actually are, it just terrifies. Right. They don't want you to blossom into your true self. They want you to be who they want you to be.
In this little, this box, like a bird box almost. No.
Right.
Just like
of that video. Remember that video I sent you the other day when the man was explaining a snake in a box. If you put a snake into a box, it's only going to grow as big as that box is. When you put that snake into the fucking world and the grass is going to grow as long as it wants to be. Control wants you to stay in the box, right?
They absolutely
want the box, baby.
Yep, absolutely. That's what we stay away from those people and identify when they're being controlling, because you feel constricted. You feel like you're being squeezed. You're being put in a box. So definitely stay away from those type of people.
You actually feel like you want to break free.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. I mean, we have been released from the shackles of controlling people long time ago. So
somewhat they still get controlling ways, but this ain't about that. We're gonna stay on focus.
Right.
We're gonna get into that. That's a whole different podcast.
Right, absolutely. But y'all get what we're saying though. Stay away from the controlling people. Exactly. And then we have the mama boys and the daddy girls and stuff like that. Those are toxic people too, because
mama's boys and mama's girls.
Yes. Let's say that, mama girls.
Mama girls.
Yes. Those are people that's usually and shackled by controlling folk. So you have the mama boys and mama girls who, they don't want to, they're in relationships, friendships, and they just, anything the mothers say, they just go with it. And it's just like, when it comes to relationships, that's toxic, because you're never going to be able to grow with your partner if you're always having your mother in your ear about your relationship. Because it's like, am I dating you or am I dating your mom?
Right. It's like that mom is that annoying third party that's literally always in the back seat.
Always.
How to drive, where to go. She's being controlling. It's like a 2-in-1, a controlling mama. Like that's just all messy. That's like top 3 in my book. Don't fuck with no mama's boy. Period.
Or mama's girl, because I think the mama girls are worse because they just live. The mothers are living, through their daughters. So she is definitely being micromanaged by her mom. And fellas, watch out for that, because and ladies too, because although we're both heterosexual women, these can apply to both the LGBT community plus also. So these are for people for all over the world. Like they're all over. So
and you know what, Jim, I'm glad you mentioned that, because a lot of people might think this show is geared specifically towards women, for men, or toward, like, this is an unbiased ass show. This is for everybody. Like, we ain't on nobody's side. We acknowledge the fact that women can be toxic too, right?
Yeah.
And we just gave ourselves a goddamn 8, for God's sake. We know that women can be toxic. We take full accountability for it, and we gonna dig in our asses just as much as we dig in you niggas' asses. Believe me.
Absolutely. So it ain't just about guys and stuff like that. It's about us, because we know who know us better than who know us.
Exactly.
We know us.
I accept full accountability for all my toxic actions. I know what I'm doing.
So So, don't sleep on them. And I think
go
number
ahead,
4,
Jim.
you said?
Yeah, we can get into number 4.
Perfectionist? A perfectionist? You ever been
Yes, a
around before?
perfectionist. Huh?
You ever been around like a perfectionist?
I tend to be a perfectionist sometimes myself. I'm not even gonna lie. I have
Okay.
real bad OCD about certain
Okay.
things. Like certain things have to be clean at all times. Some certain things have to be done a certain way. Like I'm a perfectionist.
But are you like a toxic perfectionist though?
You know what? The people might not even know what that is. What is a toxic perfectionist?
So it's just like a person who would just OD, like just they have to, like, it's almost like scientifically not possible, but just because they're perfectionists, they just want to make it happen anyway, even though they know it could possibly fail, but they just want to do it. And it's like, man, we can't, ma'am and sir, no, it can't be. It can't be done that way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And you go to great lengths to do it, regardless of who is involved.
Right.
And it's like, for instance, let's say, for instance, like a bride. A bride will be a bride and a groom. Like the groom, it's his wedding too. So
right, okay.
Like
what do they call them? Bridezillas?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Like, like it's his wedding too. So, let him do what he got to do, because let him enjoy himself.
So a perfectionist would be like a bridezilla, except there is no wedding. It's all day, everyday life. Like a bridezilla all year round.
Yes. All year round. Yeah.
I ain't that
I almost
bad.
picture this person like has an itinerary and like always, you do this, and they're like, oh, you do that. Like a person just always gotta be involved. Like, there's no room for anybody else to do anything. It's like
no room for error, right?
Yes.
And they don't understand that sometimes mistakes happen and it's okay. Right. Like I'm the type of person, I'm a perfectionist, but if somebody else makes a mistake, I'm understanding of that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yes. There's no room for mistakes though.
I get it. But with a perfectionist, is no room for error.
It's almost like the devil wear Prada.
Right. Right.
So yeah, there's no.
A lot of people might not know about that, but yeah.
Really, that's a good movie too, by the way. I'm a movie addict, so I love movies. So I might reference a lot of movies. Right. So The Devil Wears Prada is a movie about a perfectionist. So check it out. Yeah. So now moving on to number 5, the Debbie Downer. Boo. Boo to the Debbie Downer.
We need some sound effects. Boo.
Right. And Debbie Downers, we say Debbie Downers, but we gotta get a name for the men too. What is it? The Wayne Downers.
The Wayne Downers. The Derek Downers.
The Derek Downers. Because seriously, why you gotta bring bad vibes? Why you always gotta do that?
Listen, for those who may not know what a Debbie Downer or a Derek Downer or a Dwayne Downer is, that is somebody who is literally always negative. You come with them with good news, expecting for them to say, oh, congratulations, good job on your raise. And they just like, they nonchalant about that. They act like they don't care, whatever. Like, they really just passive about everything. Your feelings, your emotions, your accomplishments. It's like they just have no feelings. They like a brick fucking wall. And if they do have a feeling, it's negative.
Absolutely. And even it don't have to be about the things you bring to them. Even when they bring you stuff about their life, and you try to make it uplifting and positive, and they're just like, oh, I don't think it's gonna work out that way, and I don't think it's gonna be the way that, like, no, and it's just like, all right, well, at some point I have to disconnect myself. Debbie and Eric and Dwayne, because listen, like all the time you're gonna be a downer all the time. It's okay to be a downer about things, but especially when I'm trying to uplift you, when I'm trying to encourage you, and about not only your stuff but my things, I don't want to have that energy around me. Exactly. I don't want to have it.
It's draining. It's exhausting. It's like it's like living with a leash. pretty much.
Yeah.
Like they just leech the fuck out of you. They drain your energy. They actually called energy vampires.
Really? I didn't know that.
They suck the fucking life out of you. They're called energy vampires. Yes.
Wow. We got the EVs on deck.
EVs on deck. And
Wow.
another thing about them, like they look at every situation. Like, for example, me, something bad happens to me, I always look at it like a lesson or I learn something. No matter what, no matter how bad it is. Like if I was to have a certain job and I lose my job, I'm like, all right, obviously there's something better out there for me. You know, I'm not stuck on it. But a Debbie Downer, they're gonna act like it's the end of the fucking world. Like they're not gonna see a positive side of it. They're not gonna see that there may be something else better for them in the future. They're just gonna act like it's the end of the world and that just fucking drama queens and kings.
Right. I feel you. And I ain't gonna lie, I used to be a Debbie Downer. Then I got into therapy and stuff for that nature. So
you said you used to be a Debbie Downer?
But I internalized myself. Yeah, for myself.
I would have never took you for a Debbie Downer.
Yeah, because I keep a lot of things to myself, and I do a lot of journal writing to myself.
Right.
So a lot of the things that I fear and things of that nature, I write it down in my journal. I always talk about it with my therapist because I don't want to bring that energy to someone. Because I know usually I'm the person people come and talk to. You know. Right. I don't want to bring that energy to someone. So I either talk about it to my therapist or I write about it in my journal. Oh, so
that's any Debbie Downers out there listening, go get you a goddamn notebook. Go get a handy dandy notebook and
okay.
Okay.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness.
So Jim, I have to ask you, out of those 5 toxic people to stay the fuck away from, we got our narcissist, our controller, our mama's boys, or our mama's daughters, however you want to call it, our perfectionists, and our Debbie Downers.
Yeah.
How many of those 5 have you actually encountered or dealt with?
I'm gonna say I dealt with a narcissist, a mama's boy, and a controller.
Oh, okay. The top ones to stay the hell away from are the ones that you have been attached to. Wow. Yes. That's crazy.
I have. So yeah. And you know what? Sometimes I think with these traits, people don't notice that they're like that. They don't know it. They don't know. So if you out there, if you tuned in, you probably be thinking, well, who's she talking about? But some people don't know that they're like that because they're not that person, the other person.
In the fucking mirror.
In that person's shoes. So when we break those things down, it's like, yeah, like I've experienced that. I've experienced those character traits, and it's like, man, yep.
But you know, another thing, Jim, you said that some people may not know that they are these things, and another thing, some people don't know that they're dealing with these type of people when they first meet, because when you first meet somebody, they always bring out their representative.
Yeah,
they always bring out the best version of themselves. They don't bring out that narcissist side of them, because of course if the first person you meet is a narcissist or a controlling person, of course you're not going to fuck with them. So they always bring out their representative, the customer service person, hi, how are you doing, not the what's up. So that's the person who you get attached to. You get attached to an illusion of who they really are, and sometimes you don't know that they're a narcissist or a controller or a mama's boy until it's 6 months down the road.
Yeah.
Or, until it's too late. You're pregnant now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I can kind of understand.
Really?
So people get into these relationships not fully knowing who they're dealing with.
Right. You're absolutely right. With that being said, who have you dealt with in your?
I've dealt with a narcissist.
Okay.
I think everybody's dealt with a narcissist at some point in their life.
Yes.
Honest. And I'll say a Debbie Downer. Mama's boys, I can spot a mama's boy from a mile away. I don't fuck with him. I'm running. Absolutely fucking not. No. I will not fuck with a mama's boy. It's
absolutely not. Yes. Oh my goodness. At first, they be cute at first. Then you be like, hold on, wait a minute. Nah.
Yeah, it's cute at first. Oh, you're talking to your mama? Oh, I love y'all's relationship. Then 2 weeks down the road, you still on the phone with your mama? It's 2:00 in the morning. What the fuck does she want? Like, no.
Yes. No, man. Girl, bye. So the devil down there, and the narcissist for you. Wow, that's the 2 out of 5.
Yeah, 2 out of 5. Controllers, that's another one. I don't. I feel like everybody. And again, that's still, one of those people who you may not realize they're controlling until it's too late. But I guess I've just been blessed to stay the fuck out of their way. And plus, I feel like men can sense with me that I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want to do anyway. So there's no controlling it. Big Mimi.
Right.
Not the little one.
I totally feel you. I understand. I'm glad that we've gotten far away.
Right. Especially from the narcissist, because baby.
Yes. And the controller, because may not be able to have done this podcast. No, I'm joking. Like, no, can't do this podcast. But
can't, what? See, that's where my toxic come in. I can't do what? And I run up. Why not?
Mimi, girl, I can't do the
What's his number, Jam? Matter of fact, I'm gonna catch the next flight up to Newark. How you said Newark? Let him tell me that to my face. Fuck you, mean she can't do a podcast. What?
Woo! That remind me of Ike Turner. He was all of those things.
Oh no. No, man.
Oh my goodness. Woo, that was some love toxins right there.
Oh Lord. Love toxins. What's a love toxin?
A love toxin would be let's see. How can I say love toxins? Baby mamas, daddies, relationships, those type of relationships, work boyfriends and girlfriends.
Basically, toxic people who we're attached to in some shape or form for life.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So it's like we may not want to be attached to them. May not care for them too much, but unfortunately we had a baby with them. So we're attached whether we want to be or not. And they're toxic. Therefore, they are love toxins. And like she said, that could be your baby daddy. That could be your baby mama. That could be your sugar daddy. That could be your boyfriend's mama.
Yeah. Family members, cousins,
aunties. People you can't really control, like y'all blood,
Yeah. And they just always seem to make things not so good. And the reason why they love toxins is because, like Mimi said, you can't control them. And so you really there's really no way of like staying away from them because these people are so connected to you. And even though you want to not be around them and associate with them, you're going to see them at birthdays and you're going to see them at family reunions and barbecues. And they're going to most likely reach out for help. And it's because they're attached to you for life.
Right. Either by blood or through semen.
Marriage, all that.
I said semen. What the fuck? I said semen. But for real though, if you busting a chick, that's semen, and now y'all attached because you decided to shoot your load in her. So
right, and now you attached forever. And even if you go to move on from your baby father, your baby mother, that's still something that you're still attached to that person. And whatever, if they haven't grown to be better within themselves and to move on from your relationship, they will make your life a living hell.
Mm-hmm.
They will find it in their power to make sure that you are not happy.
Right.
Seriously, when you pull up, you make sure you buy McDonald's for both your child and their child.
That's a perfect example of a love toxin. That baby mama who went viral a few weeks ago because her baby daddy only brought one bag of McDonald's for his child and not the other kid. That's the perfect example of a love toxin.
Seriously.
Like, you want to be cordial with the motherfucker. You're doing what you're supposed to do. You're supporting your child, and somehow you're still wrong.
And somehow you're still wrong. You're still wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And the other love toxin, which is a tragedy. This young lady she didn't have any children by this young man, but however, I'm not sure if y'all following our Instagram pages, but we do post stories about tragic things that happen throughout the world. And this young woman had an ex-boyfriend who actually murdered her new boyfriend and could not let go of that relationship that they had. So we don't know the backstory. However, they were not together, and that was allegedly her ex-boyfriend, and he killed her current boyfriend. And it's sad because that's a love toxin that, people cannot move forward. They cannot move on from a breakup. They don't know how to take a L. They don't know how to, hurt in silence, So it's just like, that's another love toxin. You don't have to have
realize children. Yeah, I'm glad you said that. And they also don't realize that, especially with breakups, and I'll say this is more pertaining to baby mamas and baby daddies. They don't realize that you can cordially co-parent. Like, you don't have to be, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to always be up when you see me. Like, we can actually get together, do what we need to do for the sake of the kids, and go our separate ways. Even in relationships, we can break up and still be friends. It's just the relationship. Like, some people are better off as friends than lovers. Those love toxins are people who just cannot accept. They can't accept that.
No, absolutely.
And I actually want to talk about, how can family members be love toxins? How do you feel about that? What do you think?
I mean, we all love our family member. I mean, even the ones that's really, really toxic, you still are going to have love for them, but they could be detrimental to your mental. They coming around leeching off of you just because you're family. That's toxic. You're not. You're coming over. You're reaching out. You always taking something and never giving, and there's always an excuse. You're always in a rut. You always had a family member. You always got to call up, and they always got to call you for something, or they need something, or they're always in trouble. Everybody has those family members, So it's like, when we have family members that are like that, that can be toxic, because you're going to be moved always through love to help them, and not treat them like someone outside of your family. And that could be really that could be stressful, because family is everything.
Y'all are supposed to be like this, but don't work like that. But since we're speaking of that, let's give them some tips on how to avoid love toxins, or how to deal with them.
Okay, so how to deal with love toxins, I would say, would be to avoid those people. You have to, like you said, avoid them. So that would be in a way where you're gonna have to be selfish. You're gonna have to be this requires you to be selfish. And if you're not a selfish person, you're gonna have to learn how to be selfish, because you're going to be filled with toxins. And with that being said, you're gonna wind up hating them anyway. So before you start and get to that stage, remove yourself. So we avoid them, and we avoid them by setting boundaries. Right, that's another way. We just set boundaries, and then when we set boundaries, we can, in a kind way, like, let them know, like, hey, I haven't been coming around because I feel like you've been acting this kind of way, and I really can't deal with that.
Right?
Because they're gonna ask you, why you ain't been around, cuz? Why you ain't been around, big? Be kind about it.
Right. That's what I was gonna say, Jim. Like if there's absolutely no way that you can avoid them because there might be some type of court ordered arrangement between a baby mama and baby daddy, so you have to drop them off and see each other and shit like that. Be kind, just be nice, just kill them with kindness. You know, whenever they have to be in your presence, just smile, do what you can, walk away. Just be as nice as you can. Fuck 'em.
And it should be really, really easy when it comes to like your ex-girlfriends and boyfriends where you don't have any children with.
Right.
We are sugar daddies and your sugar mamas. You don't have no children with them. Your ex's mothers, your mother, your ex's mothers. Yeah, I love you, Miss Johnson, but we can't be cool because it's too toxic. You are related to the toxic being that is, that we're familiar with, and it is. Right. I can't. So I could just love you from a distance and I see you when I see you. But if I continue to be cool with you, I'm going to always be in the vicinity of whoever we're attached by. And, sometimes we got to let Miss Johnson go, even though we love her dearly. It's still toxic to be attached to people that are attached to people that are toxic.
Definitely. So speaking of all this toxic energy, we've been talking about a lot of toxic shit, Jim. We need to break the ice a little bit. Let's play a little bit of trivia.
Okay.
You want to play it? Okay. Yeah, let's play a game. Let's play Have You Ever?
Okay.
Edition, right? And we're just going to go back and forth and ask each other some toxic questions. Okay?
Okay. All right.
So I guess I'll just go ahead and kick it off.
Clutch your pearls.
And if we have, I guess we'll take turns asking the question, and if we've done it, we'll just raise our hand and go into details accordingly. All right, here's my question. Jim, have you ever willingly been the side piece?
So I would say yes, but not in the beginning of knowing. I was.
So you didn't know?
So at first I didn't know, but I was too far in to not.
Oh, okay.
So
you were too far in to stop. What?
Yeah, it's just like that was messed up. Like, it was like, it's almost like you don't know, but then, you just really start dealing with someone and it's like hard
to find out. And it's like, y'all are already have some type of emotional.
Yeah.
So how long afterwards did it continue before you finally stopped it?
I would say maybe about 3 months.
3 months, okay. That's reasonable, I would say. Because honestly, if you are emotionally attached to somebody, especially if it was like 6 to 9 months before you even found out, it's hard to just cut it directly off. So 3 months ain't so bad. That ain't bad.
I have to personally do things cold turkey.
Oh, really?
That wasn't cold turkey. No, yeah. I mean, yeah, I have to. I can't, because I will really be. I'm a Sag, so.
Oh, you're a Sagittarius.
Yes. Thin line between love and hate.
I'm a Sagittarius. What?
You know how Mama is.
Yeah, I do. I definitely do.
Yeah. So, like I said, a thin line between love and hate, crazy. So, eventually, I just had to just be like, dang, like you just gotta like block. I'm the block queen. Block you.
Okay.
Shaq. How about you? Have you ever been a side chick?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next.
Crickets. And how long did it happen to stop?
Say what?
How long have it happened? Like, how long has it? How long did it last?
A couple months.
Okay, a couple is 2.
Yeah, I mean, about 2 months.
Okay.
Then I had to cut that off.
Yeah. I think at 2 you just be like, you know what are you doing, sis?
Like, what is the point? Like, we can't live like this forever. It serves us no point. Like, no.
Yes.
And I think some people just have to come to that realization that once they realize, this is serving us no point, they never leave the man. They never gonna leave their wifey. They never gonna leave their girlfriend. Get the fuck up out of there.
Yes, yes. Okay. Next question. Have you ever had a work boyfriend or work boyfriend?
While in a relationship, while single.
Well, yeah, while in a relationship, while single.
No.
Okay. Same here. I've never had a work boyfriend while in a relationship.
Okay, see, we're not that toxic.
Okay, take one off the radar. One off the radar. Okay.
Okay, I got a question for you. Have you ever engaged with a guy or girl's significant other while on the internet? So what I mean by that is, all right, say you dealing with a dude, and you know who his girlfriend is, or whatever. Have you ever like poked at her, like liked her picture,
like how we do back in the day,
her? Yeah.
Yes, with the poke. That's
Pokemon. That's real throwback.
That's real thought.
But yeah, have you ever? No.
Nah.
Me either. Because 9 times out of 10, I ain't even dealing with nobody who's in a relationship. So that's a heavy no for me. Hell no. That's a fuck no for me.
No. But the poke thing, that's a throwback right there.
I almost forgot about those. They got rid of them, right? I don't know. I don't see the poke, but now I gotta go do my research. I don't know.
Okay. Have you ever had a one-night stand?
Yeah. Honestly, I think we've all had a one-night stand, especially when we're younger.
Yes.
Early 20s, college days, things like that. Shit happens. You go to the club. I don't go to the club nowadays, but back in the day, I used to step out, and I've done that before.
Yes. Raise my hand, y'all. Raise listening. Okay. How about you? Your question.
Have you ever flirted or took it further with one of your friend's exes?
Yes, I flirted.
With your friend's ex?
Yes, I had. I was like in
not this Jimmy right here.
Yes, I was like in 8th grade though.
8th grade?
Yeah. I wouldn't do that now. I wouldn't do that now. I wouldn't do that now. How about you?
Never. It's happened to me. I think I told you my story. I've told you my story. We're gonna say that for another podcast. I've been traumatized by my friends. My friends done me dirty.
What's the podcast you want to do? You want to say that to the end?
We're gonna call it Backstabbing Friends. Toxic ass bitches. That's what we're gonna call it. But
that's gonna be the After Dark. Toxicology After Dark.
Exactly. But no, I've never done that. I would never do that to any of my friends, homegirls. That's just not even in my character. If that's your nigga, was your nigga, that's just what it was. That's trash. Once you done with him, he out.
Yeah. Well, I could say my story for the after talks too, for that. As to my reason.
Oh yeah.
Because we ain't friends no more. Like I did it at.
Y'all, she has a very heavy story. Like,
yes,
she told it to me the other day. Like,
what you too? Your story's heavy too.
Oh yeah, my story's crazy. But we're gonna save those for Toxic After Dark.
Yes, absolutely.
But what you got?
I got. Have you ever cursed out your current or ex's mother? Or like parents?
Oh no. I tell you, I love mamas. Mamas usually love me. I don't disrespect no mama.
Yeah. I have to say the same. Mama.
Good. See,
you love mamas.
We might be a little toxic, but at least we respectful, right?
Yeah, we respect our elders definitely. I respect my elders now. Everybody else.
Oh, it's up. I don't give a fuck about nobody else, but mamas, I ain't crossing that line.
Yeah, I love the elder. Okay.
Oh my God, is it my question?
Yep.
Okay, have you ever did sexual favors with a manager or boss to work your way up the corporate ladder? Be honest, Jen.
No.
Never?
I think I'll be sleeping with all women if that was the case.
Oh, okay. I've never.
Almost all my bosses were women except for one, and I would have never looked at him like that. No. Yeah, I've been sleeping with all women.
Okay.
How about you?
Never.
Never.
Okay.
Never. Okay. All right. Have you ever created I can't even see my own handwriting. Have you ever created my thing got water on it.
Oh shit.
Oh, have you ever created a lie to make your partner jealous? So what I mean by that is acting like you just created up some story just to see if they have a reaction, but the story never happened.
Yes, absolutely. I did it today.
We all did that.
I did it today, and I might do it tomorrow. Yeah, I sure did.
I don't have no partner to do that with. I was lonely.
Wait, you mean partner or just
like I don't care if you somebody you dating, your boyfriend, somebody you dealing with right now, heavy. Have you created some type of a story, a fictional story, to make them react? She said, yes, 2 thumbs up, huh? You ain't playing.
I've done that. Told you I'm a little bit toxic.
I've done it too in the past, but now I don't have no one to do it for.
We're childish. We need to grow the fuck up.
Very childish.
Shit, that's what keeps us young.
I know, having fun.
A little toxicity.
That keeps you young, a little toxic, yes.
All right, so my next question. It's a good one. Have you ever told someone you were done with them, knowing damn well it was a lie and you was gonna bend it over backwards again?
Every time I try to leave, something keeps pulling me back. Yes.
Hey, that's my shit.
For real. Yes, absolutely, Mimi. Yes, I have. I'd be
like,
we all have. Yeah, I think the men's and the women's.
Yeah, because they be fronting too, like, oh, it's over. We're never gonna talk again. I'm blocking you.
They be coming back.
You really gonna block me and never come back ever?
Okay. Period.
All right.
Okay, we'll decide. Okay. They be coming back. Goofy. Okay, and the last but not least, have you ever vandalized property? Next caller. Yes.
And did, and I'll do it again. Yup.
Oh my goodness. Wow. You said you'll do it again, Mimi?
What you gonna do? Sue me?
Oh my goodness, that's so funny.
Yes.
Bleach, I have not
cutting shoes up. I told you about that time I sliced that living room furniture up.
Yes.
I sliced that motherfucker like Freddy Krueger.
But you know what? I haven't.
What? You ain't lived yet. You gotta live a little, Jim.
I should probably put that on my bucket list.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Your bucket list for sure. No, wait a minute. We got no. This is the Toxicology Lab. We're supposed to teach people or how to not be toxic, and we're influencing it.
Yes.
Listen,
yes.
Don't be that.
It wasn't more of an influence. It was more of like an introduction to let you guys know that we are not perfect.
Right.
So we don't have it all
I
down.
I love that.
So we're only here to teach you what we've learned from our mistakes, what we've learned from our friends' mistakes.
My bitch, I love that.
And how, you can move on from a toxic, just to, just shed off the old toxic personality.
Exactly. So, and you know what? Another thing, we mentioned growth earlier. Our toxicity toxic level might go down. You know, we started off as an 8.
Yes.
Right, you know, learn some things ourselves. And by the end of our podcast, however long this shit may last, we might be down to it too.
Yes,
you know?
absolutely.
It's all about growth.
Yes,
all
that's
about
exactly what it's about. Yes.
But so we're starting off. Go ahead, my bad.
No, it's okay. We like you said, we starting off, you know, on the radar. It's red right now.
Very acidic. We're starting off very acidic, like a biohazard. Yes. But we're trying to take the levels down with you. It's a group project. Look at it.
Yes. Let's look at absolutely. And so we also want you guys to let us know, you know, how, you know, what level you on and how you know, slowly grow with us as well, you know, as we continue this podcast. So it ain't just about us, it's about you too. We want to know your toxic levels and how we can, you know, feed you, you know, some medicine and to get you to get better, you know.
We should ask them that on Instagram. How toxic are you on a 1 through 10?
Yeah.
I want to say.
Yes, and we want y'all to answer that.
Yeah, let's close this thing out.
Okay.
With some warnings to the people before we let y'all go.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna let y'all know how y'all can identify some of these toxic behaviors. Yeah. So that, you know, hopefully you don't actually be unfortunate to attach yourself to a toxic person. You know, you'll see those red flags beforehand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So take notes. I don't know if you want to put your voice records on.
Nope. Screen record. This will be on YouTube. This will be on Instagram. This will be on Facebook. Well, little snippets will be there, but the whole thing will be on YouTube and Spotify, Apple, all that good stuff. But anyway, let's get into it.
Okay, so identifying the toxic behaviors, Mimi.
Yes.
Would you like to have the floor on that? Or I can start off.
Doesn't matter. You can go.
Okay. I say communication, right? That's what we talked about. We said communication.
Mm-hmm.
Bad communication is a toxic behavior because that means that you don't have any awareness of how to communicate effectively.
Right.
And communicating effectively has definitely like been watered down in your voice. Like it might be the pandemic. It has to be because the communicating with people, letting someone know how you feel, letting someone know what's going on, has definitely been a downgrade with the adulting area. You know, I feel like with kids, we can understand why they don't communicate, and even now, kids communicate better than some adults. So
point there.
When you talk to, you know, you're getting to know someone, whether it be a friend or a friendship or romantic relationship, being able to communicate is important, and that can be toxic. So you have to ask yourself: are you willing to want to teach someone to communicate who should already know how to communicate, or you want to move forward because it's like, look, I don't got time to be trying to teach you how to communicate when you should already know.
Right. Absolutely. And then I'll say number 2. You have to learn how to recognize patterns of disrespect.
That's important.
Yes, you have to recognize patterns of disrespect. For example, if y'all are texting each other and y'all might get into a small disagreement or whatever, and then he just suddenly texts you, bitch, blah, 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 or look here, bitch, or hold the fuck up. That's definitely a red flag, because if somebody can call you out your name over a small agreement, just imagine what they'll do over a big agreement. They're not emotionally mature enough to handle disagreements, then that's a damn red flag right there.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you. And a third one is negative financial behaviors. Negative financial behavior. So knowing like, okay, well, they're going to how they spend their money responsibly with you. So that'll be like, you know, or together, like, you know,
Mhm.
are they always, you know, oh, they always in the club, but then, you know, they're always complaining about not having money, you know.
Yeah,
So like I just seen
definitely.
you was in the club, but now you complain about not having no money. So like, what are you doing with, you know, not that it's really my business, but then like it really is, because like, are you subliminally trying to tell me something? You know, which is okay, but it's also like I'm here to help, but it's also like, okay, well, you know, what boundaries do you have financially? Like, are you able to say, hey, you know, I can't go to the club this weekend because I'm trying to work on this and I have a financial goal to reach. So I'm not going to go to the club, or you're going to choose the club anyway. So I would say financial boundaries would be one of those toxic things to
And
look
I'm
out
glad
for.
you said that, Jim, because a lot of people might, you know, they hear financial boundaries. They be like, what the hell does that have to do with the relationship and being toxic? But that just lets you know that they don't know how to prioritize. They don't know how to get their keep their priorities in order. And not only that, if you're building a relationship with someone, they should be able to be financially responsible, because if not,
Mm-hmm.
everything is eventually is going to fall on you financial wise. So it's important to, you know, recognize that early on. But I'm gonna go on to say not respecting boundaries.
Okay. All
I feel
right.
like every human should have boundaries. And I know, like, when you're in your early 20s and you know, teens and shit like that, you don't really set boundaries for yourself. You just living. I
No.
feel like boundaries are things that come over time. Like, as you get older, you realize, okay, I'm not gonna let this motherfucker talk to me like this. You have to, like, some things you have to actually experience first. Like a motherfucker talking to you out the side of their neck, you know, you have to actually experience that before you realize, you know what, I don't like that. So you make
Right.
that a boundary. The next person I'll talk to, I'm not going to allow him to talk to me any type of way.
And nip it
You
in
know
the
what I'm
bud.
saying? Yeah. So I feel like it's important to set your own, as an adult, set your own boundaries, and to, you know, establish those boundaries and make sure that your partner knows about them. And if they are not willing to accept those, or, you know, that's a red flag right there. They basically letting you
Absolutely.
know that they don't give a fuck about you.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I know we said 5, but I felt like in our conversation, I thought about something else, and it would be the being unreliable.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Like being unreliable is like, that's important. Reliability is important. So
Right.
if you have someone that's always unreliable, that's a red flag. So when they talk about seasons of your life, they're not talking about the weather when it comes to relationships. They're not talking about the summer months, and they're talking about seasons of like ups and downs in your life, where you
Right.
have friendships and you have romantic ships, and they're being tested by these seasons in your life.
Right.
So who's going to be reliable, who's going to be there for you during these seasons, um, is important when it comes to recognizing toxic behaviors and people that you around or you associate with. That's really
Right.
important. That's really
Absolutely.
important.
Yes. And I would say the last one would be lack of support. Like,
Mm,
I feel like in a relationship, you have to have a support system. And the best support system, if you're in a relationship, is your significant other. So if you're with somebody, or you're building a relationship, friendship, whatever, with somebody, and you're telling them your goals and your dreams, and they're just like, whatever, you know, they not really
mm,
that supportive side, then that's clearly a red flag. Especially if
that's
you're in a friendship stage and you haven't even made it to the relationship phase. Like, no, like, I feel
yeah,
like anybody
definitely.
you're with, they have to support you. Like, that's a must, in my
Yes.
opinion.
And people don't think that friendship stage, they don't first people don't even have a friendship stage. They go straight to the, let me just
I'm glad you said, yeah.
my girl. They don't even have that friend. Because if I can't like trust you as a friend or feel like you're gonna be there for me as a friend, do I really want to you romantically?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, do I want to feel like, when I can't do something for you that you're gonna like not be there for me, like, because that's what friendships are for, right? Being able to be,
Right.
like you said, rely on someone. So I totally understand that. Like a lot of people don't be friends first before they get to a relationship part,
Listen,
and that's
we
what
gonna
messes up a relationship.
have to do a podcast dedicated straight to that. Like, seriously, because some of these girls out here, it's day 2, they already handed the nigga the keys to the motherfucking crib. Like, do you even know him like that?
Yeah.
I actually read a story. Oh, it's too sad. I don't think I want to share it. I don't know.
Oh, no,
But
now you gotta share it because people want to hear
it. Now I have to share it. It was actually about a man who met a woman. I think they met through Facebook or some social media app. And she hadn't even known him that long, probably 2 or 3 months, and she let him move in. And he molested her daughter.
That was sad.
He molested her daughter. I think he actually killed her daughter. He murdered the daughter. He did all that, and he ended up going to jail. And that's when it, the mother told the police or whatever that they hadn't even they hadn't even known each other that long, but he was already living in the home with her.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I didn't want to tell you the story, but you really gotta know people.
Yes.
These days. Like,
you have to know them. I don't care what, and oof, girl. Yeah, you have to know people.
You can't just know them for the phase of life. We all go through phases in life. You can't just know them for the phase that they're in. You have to go back, look at their history, know who they were before you met them, because we're always evolving as people. But you need to know who that motherfucker was before they evolved into the person that they are today.
Right. And it's okay to find out. And if a person doesn't want to find or want you to find out, then that's another red flag. So it's just like, listen, either you gonna like me for who I am or you're not. But you want to know who I am or who I was. But the thing is, especially when it comes to children, you have to be so careful when you have children. And the thing about children is that they're blessings in a way that if you're mindful about that you have a child, they're going to protect you from those weirdos.
Exactly.
You're going to be like, listen, I have a child that I have to go home to, and I have a child that I have to protect, and I can't have you around them, and I have to be seriously dating you, and I can't have you around them if I don't feel like I'm comfortable with knowing who you are. And some men are going to like that, and some women are going to like that, and they're not going to like that, and it's okay.
Right. It's always a red flag to me when, you have those boundaries, especially if they're for the kids. Like, no, I don't want you to know where I live, or I don't want you to come to my house until we've been on this many dates. And, it's always been a red flag when the man is just like, well, I don't want to deal with you. Or, they just keep on pushing the issue that like, they don't give a fuck about that boundary. Like, no, nigga, you don't give a fuck about this boundary. Get the fuck out my face.
Yeah. And it's even more of a red flag when they have children and they don't really respect the boundaries. So it's a difference when you don't. But when you have children and you still acting like a fool, nah, I can't get down with you, because now at this point, I don't even know how you are around your kids, or I can only imagine, because you're not even protective of children in general.
Right. So that's a sign that you are not protective of your own children. Like,
and my heart goes out to that mom.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's an unfortunate lesson, but I hope she's able to have more children, and I hope she definitely looks for those red flags should she date again.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely, Jimmy.
The end of the podcast.
We did it. Oh my God.
Yes. And we want to thank y'all for tuning in, y'all.
Yes. Oh my God. I was so nervous and excited.
Yes.
We did it. How long was this shit?
I don't even know, but hopefully.
I just know my back hurt.
Yeah, my back, everything. That's how I know I'm getting old. Woo.
Girl, we're gonna have to get some masseuse chairs or something.
Seriously.
You know, I've been working out in that gym. My body already sore as it is. Jesus.
Gotcha. I can't wait to see your transformation, honey.
Huh?
Woo.
Yeah. It's gonna be something major.
Well, y'all, thanks for tuning
honestly,
in.
yes. Thank y'all for tuning in. We may have had a couple of hiccups, but we'll get better. This is our very first podcast. We don't know what the fuck we're doing, but it will get better. we gotta constantly remind them of that, just so they're like them bitches. We warned y'all. The fuck?
Yeah. So listen, let us know what y'all think. You can email us at the toxicologylab.com. You can all the links, they all over. So
they'll be at the bottom of the right there. I'm gonna edit them in. They right there.
Yes. So check us out.
But definitely give us some feedback on the Instagram, the Facebook, the Twitter, the Snap, the TikTok. We have every social media you can think of. But I don't know. This the end. How are we supposed to end this thing? We didn't discuss that. We just supposed to peace out.
I guess peace, love, and toxicology.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.